World Dairy Expo 2015 and the final Friday for the granddaddy of the dairy shows. Man, you can tell by the sounds around us that good attendance. The Holsteins are in the center ring. The International Holstein Sale takes place tonight, and that means we usually get very big crowds. I'm in booth 409 in the arena with Insight FS. Don Majeski's along with us, and we're talking about the explanation behind the name, Don. Insight FS. Not necessarily something that they're real familiar with. Tell us what it's all about.
We've changed the name of Insight FS to clarify what our company's about. InVision, forward thinking, provide information, provide services. Yeah. We felt that a change was needed, and that will help our customers understand the direction we want to go and how we want to serve them.
And this really breaks down to the core value of making sure that dairy cow gets top quality feed every time she eats.
Yes, and that's be our Dairy Select line. Through our InVision brand, we separate the Dairy Select line out. That consists of our testing procedures, our consistent testing. Bottom line is we want consistency to give to the grower, to give to the dairyman. And we started this program about 7 years ago, and we've been very, very successful with it, with the testing end of it. Marketing-wise, we've been very, very pleased at what the growers are expecting from us, and we'll just continue with it.
You know, it really makes sense if you stop and think about it. It doesn't matter what the genetic potential is of that cow. Her actual physical belly can only hold so much.
Exactly. The high-producing cow has a lot of demands put upon her right now, and she can only eat so much in a day, so what we give her is crucial. She can live with very low quality feed, but milk in the bucket is what counts.
Yeah, so. Oh boy, especially now. So let's talk a little bit more about the testing that FS is really spearheading here. You reset kind of all the standards to make sure that you're consistent on your testing and giving growers reliable data on what will perform on their farms.
Yes, instead of just doing one data point from one geography, we use geography throughout Wisconsin, northern Iowa, and northern Illinois. Our concept is that we like to see our hybrids perform under different soil type conditions, different management conditions, and what we're after is consistency. How did that hybrid do in those particular situations? If it is consistent, if we find inconsistencies through nutrition or through yield, we will throw that hybrid out.
Yep.
We don't play favorites, and even if something's popular or whatever it might be in the lineup,
right.
We will still throw it out.
Yep.
We can't make any changes that way.
You know, and the other thing that there's a lot of talk about testing in the industry, but you guys are using wet chemistry testing. So, and because you've got so many locations in Wisconsin and so many testing partners in Wisconsin, it still allows for a rapid, even keel turnaround of the information.
Yes, we're using Dairyland Labs out of Arcadia, Wisconsin. All the testing, whether it be from Illinois or Iowa, Wisconsin, all goes to one lab. We have a strategic partnership with Dairyland. They're one of the largest testing facilities in the area. Yep. So we have a lot of confidence in their procedures. Our wet chemistry testing through their advice of what we're looking for, particularly in our feedstuff, our corn silages and haylage, has been a real big help with having them on board with us.
So, like you said, it started 7 years ago, but that's sometimes in agriculture it takes us that long to really get comfortable with something. What are you hearing from the growers now that are looking specifically at FS Dairy Select or at your hay lineup? What are they saying?
When we present our data to them, they're almost shocked and a little bit at awe of the much data that we have. And we have data starting from 7 years ago, but even like hybrids that have been online for 2 or 3 years, they can look at multiple year consistency.
Right.
Yes, that happened this year. What happened last year? They're very comfortable with that, and we start sitting down with them and showing them that information, and they're very pleased to have that much data in front of them. They're not used to that.
No, that's what I was going to say. The other nice thing, at least when you and I were talking, Don, is within the next 30 days from World Dairy Expo, you're going to be ready to show them what you've got ready to roll in 2016.
Right. We have some new experimentals that we're looking at, some new hybrids that we're in our second year of testing. Our goal is and we will have it done by the end of October. We'll have those hybrids online, plus retesting some of the ones that we have been commercialized for the last 2 years.
Right.
So.
And I like how it is so geographically focused on Wisconsin. You know, that's one thing, not to be talking bad or about anybody else, but a lot of times, especially when it comes to corn silage, they just back down the maturity and call it a corn silage. FS has really got the data set to show you how that plant was bred to serve the cow.
Yes, absolutely. Again, the testing is crucial. We have other companies that will be doing testing, but not to the expense that we put in it for the consistency.
Yeah.
And it does cost a lot of money, but we felt it's worth it, and our growers are telling us that it's worth it.
Yep.
So.
If you're going to be in the game, you make the investment. That's what every dairy farmer has done. World Dairy Expo is a perfect example of that in agribusiness. Don Majeski along with us. For Insight FS, again, remember when you see that InVision phrase, Dairy Select, that's the folks from FS and the extensive in-field information that they've been gathering and putting through rigorous tests. Stop by booth 409 in the arena here at World Dairy Expo. Visit with Don or any of the FS staff and find out a little bit more about how it can help you on the farm. Like we said, cows only got a stomach that's so big. What do you want to put in it to put milk in that pail? From World Dairy Expo with Insight FS, Pam Yankee.